I'd see all the college students go towards the campus, and I thought to myself, where are they going? What are they doing? Why do they look different than the rest of the people that are in the group? And that always kept in the back of my head. And our mother said, whatever you do, in order to change your circumstance, you're gonna have to get an education. And so I kept that in the back of my head. No matter what, I had to educate myself. I had to get a degree. The people that I saw going to the school down the street, that's something I could do. And I had that vision. I would go to this school that was like in a predominantly well-off area, and everyone had books and paper and really nice shoes. And I remember looking at this thinking, oh, I don't have any of that. And every time I would come back into my neighborhood, I would see the graffiti and I'd see the trash, and I thought to myself, what makes a difference? Why are there people here in this situation versus here in this situation? And every single day I would come back, and it came down to this. It was the thinking, how we think, how we look at situations, whether or not we see ourselves doing well and being successful, or versus if we see ourselves as a not successful person in an environment. Our thinking defines our life. And when we can take hold of our thought and see it for what it is and change it and transform it and change it to convert it into an energy that unleashes a brain power that allows us to change a situation, that, my friend, is how we change our lives, and that's how we change everyone else's. When you are expected to succeed by your mentors or parents or teachers, when there is an expectation on your life to do well, at an early age you adopt it, you address it, you adhere to it, you create it. But if you are never given that opportunity to know what you are capable of doing, if you are never given that word, that encouragement that says, do you know what, you can be good at mathematics even though you failed algebra and geometry and calculus and chemistry, which I did. Crazy. You can actually do well in mathematics. If there's not someone showing you your worth when you can't see it, you'll forever be looking in the mirror thinking that you're not worth what you are. Through a series of events, I learned the power that we have in our brain. When I overcame so many challenges when I was launching rockets of being a woman and being a person of color in a predominantly area that was different than myself, I had to think differently. I had to think, all right, I'm going to stand out. Everything that I do is going to have to be twice as good. That's just the nature of it. And I had to change the way in which I was thinking in order to do that. How am I going to be such a contributing force to this environment that whenever I leave, I've made a difference? And when I realized that, and then when I coupled that with the aspect of mathematics, where the same type of math that we use to launch to Mars is the same type of math that we use to literally reshape our own brain, I realized the power of our thoughts. Every decision that you make reshapes your brain. The more powerful you are in making decision after decision after decision, the more powerful your brain becomes.
Does that make you really careful about what decisions you make? Like, are you super aware when you're making decisions?
I've learned to become aware to see, all right, this is where I want to go. How is this decision going to help me get there? It's always keeping that in the back of your head, like, this is where I'm going to go. And I'd made the decision very early in life that no matter where I was going to change it. I was going to change it so I would leave my mark to be able to help in a very powerful way, so people after I leave would be able to make their own mark and build it in a way in which was going to be very powerful for their life. What happened was I was failing algebra. I failed geometry, I failed calculus and chemistry. And there was this calculus teacher that said, all right, I'm going to offer calculus tutoring for anyone who's willing to come to the campus during the winter break. And I thought everyone was going to show up. There was only myself. And I thought to myself, this is such a blessing. And I sat there and I picked his brain. I'm like, how do I look? What does an interval mean? What does the tangent mean? What does the instantaneous rate mean? And these are all words from derivative in calculus. And I got just to sit down with them. And that was the first time ever that I realized I was smart. And when I sat with him, it was amazing because I realized what was stopping me was my own fear. It wasn't anything with my educational aspect. It was me thinking I couldn't do well in mathematics. And when I learned to remove that fear and think, I'm going to do this no matter what's going to happen. I may fail it, I may not fail it. I'm going to do well at this, and I'm going to just see where it goes. I'm going to put my all into it and find out. And I put my all into it, and I failed. But it's something inside of me shifted. I realized, hey, failing wasn't that bad. If I can like spend a little bit more time at it, I can actually do really well at this. And that was the shift in thinking. I'm like, all right, I'm just going to spend some more time in it, and I'm going to actually get this.